Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, December 13th, 2021. We are in the first day of the new trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. As you know, the final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because during the day, you have the algorithms, you have the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in. They start flexing their muscles. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people. They have best information and the best technology. And in that time period, in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes, they come in and they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the closing price of the day to be the most valid price of the day based upon your buying and selling levels, and that is why I wait until the end of the day to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. So thank you all for coming. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good trading day. I hope you had a good weekend. My travel plans got a little mixed up, and so did not leave on my trip today. So I may be leaving this week. I don't know for sure. I guess it'll just be day by day. But anyway, glad to have you here. Appreciate you spending your time here. I hope that by spending time here and investing your time, it's helping you with your trading and your investing. So, all right. Well, here's the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage the trade going forward. I did have some pretty nice day trades today that I will share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions. We're going to talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Trader psychology, the ability to create a plan and follow the plan without your emotions getting revved up or amplified, is the most important skill that you will ever learn in trading. I say this each day, but I say it with love because really that is the most important skill. So if you are having a difficult time following your plan, you got to get that taken care of. Whether it's meditation, whether it's journaling, whether it's having your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, sister, brother, whatever, to maybe help you take a look at your trades, become your risk manager. That works. I promise you. I hired a risk manager for an entire year, and I was super scared of him. And so I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and it paid off. So we'll talk a little bit about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements before I'm looking to enter any trade. First, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2 to 1. If I'm risking $1,000 on a trade to the downside, I need to be able to make at least 2,000 or more to the upside to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan regardless of the market I'm trading, regardless of the trading approach I'm using. And for me, that includes the following. Number 1, I need to position size based upon the market's current volatility. Number 2, I have to know what my maximum allowed dollar loss is. Number 3, I need to know where my emergency stop is. Number 4, I need to know where my end of day stop is. Number 5, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Number 6, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if I have a profitable and positive trade, I don't give it all back and let a nice winner turn into a loser. All right, so using those criteria as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through, look at the multiple time frames, look at the confluences, keeping in mind correlation. And if I find something that looks good before the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it before the market closes. After the market closes, If anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I am happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at and give you my opinion on today, put them in the live stream chat, and I will do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait until the market's closed before telling me about them, so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to run the US legal disclaimer, and I will be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, thanks for holding through that with me. So currently the Dow is down 226 points. It is down 0.63%. The NASDAQ down 122 points, down 0.79%, and the S&P 500 is down 25.83, down 0.55%. All right, well, let's take a look at the chat and see who is here. First on board is Paxton. Good to see you, Packy. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry to hear about Tracy's mother, and hopefully she's going to pull through that. And anyway, I've been thinking about that ever since I saw you message that. So hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully Tracy's doing okay. And thanks for coming, buddy. And thank you for everything that you do for this channel. There's Johnson. Good to see you. Good evening, all. Hello, Greg. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you, sir. Hope you're having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. There is Steve Burns. Hi, Steve. Good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend. And Holly and the dogs. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Steve. There is my friend David. Hello, Gregorian Traders. I always laugh when I hear that. It's good to see you, Mr. David. Hope you and the family are also doing well. There's my friend Leva. Good to see you, Mike. He says, hi, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. Leva, appreciate it. There's Mike C. My other friend, Mike. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Mike. Hope you and your family are doing well. There's my good friend, Karen from Wiener Dog Trading. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Karen. Looking forward to our lesson this week. And there is Frank. Good to see you, Frank. Appreciate you being here. You are the trading poet of all times of the universe. Appreciate everything you do for this channel, Frank. I really do. And I hope you are doing well. All right, well, should we get to it? Let's go. Here we go. AGQ, Ava, Leva, and I know Ava had to take off early today to go help her father, so that's nice of Ava to do that. Ava and Leva and I did buy AGQ with a false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar, under 30, over 30, and a V1. Bought this here at 32.59. It is 32.03. I'm using the 30 RSI as my end of day stop. It is up 1.42% on the day, and I did hit one profit target and took off some size, but the position is still down 1.62% on the trade. Here we go. Here is the Dow. Ava, David, Leva, Dynamic Duo, Karen, and I did buy DIA, Dow Industrial 30. Intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, bought it at 345.80, moved up to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. When that happens, I go into trailing stop mode. In addition to that, as it moves up a certain amount every day, I do take a portion off. I like to sell into strength. I believe you have to play offense and defense in this market. I am in trailing stop mode. The signal for trailing stop to take half of the position off, to lock half of the position off, is if today we close below Friday's low. The low of Friday is 357.61. It's 357.86, so it did test it, came back over it. As long as it holds Friday's low of 357.61, I will keep this trade. It is down 0.66% on the day, but it is up 3.33% on the trade. PayPal, Lova, Karen, Jonathan, and I did buy PayPal. Nice sideways motion here. Under 30, over 30 was the trigger. In addition, we had positive MACD. Bought this at 185.05, moved up beautifully the next couple days. Of course, took profits, did hit my trailing stop level up here at 196.50. So I went into trailing stop mode. Friday had a close below the previous day's low. Again, when I'm in trailing stop mode, the signal is if I get a close below the previous day. So phased out on the way up, took half profits, locked half profits on Friday. This is an under 30, over 30. If it ever moves 1.5 ATRs and from my entry point, above my entry point 1.5 ATRs, then if it ever comes back to break even, I will get out, not with an under 200, over 200, but with an under 30, over 30. So today, if it got back to my break-even point of 185.05, I would go out, I would get out of the entire position and take a scratch or a break even on the second half, but still profitable trade because it moved up, took profits, invoked the trailing stop rule where I locked that in. And so under 30, over 30s, again, if it ever moves 1.5 ATRs from my entry and then comes back to my entry point, I get out, no questions asked. I do it right when it happens. I do not wait till the end of the day. This is down to 0.55% on the day, and it is up 1.24% on the trade. Overnight SPY trade. Of course, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning at the open. This was a slightly losing trade. I bought this at 470.74, sold it at the open today 470.24. I can even do the math on that. That's a 50-cent loss, and had some good overnight SPY trades. And by the way, if you're interested in why I use this approach, if you go to my YouTube channel, if you go to the lessons playlist, there is a video there that talks about the overnight SPY trade, why I do it, what the thinking is behind it, and what the results are. I've been using this for 3 years. It has been profitable ever since I have been using it. So I will buy this again today at the close. THC, Karen, Ava, Dynamic Duo, Lova, and I, we did buy THC higher low V1 in the value zone and a 520 crossover. Bought this on Friday at 75.88. Very close to my one profit target. Hasn't got there yet. It is up 1.23% on the day and the same on the trade. All right, let's head on over to Apple. Had some trades on Apple. Okay, I'll do the most recent trade first. This was a little unorthodox for me. I usually wait for an under 30, over 30, but Apple has been so strong. It bounced right near the 30 RSI. I thought it gave me a good risk to reward ratio. I was pretty sure buyers were going to come in, and they did. I bought at 177.15 on the 5-minute. I sold a portion at 174.45 when it moved up again, sold another portion at 177.83, had a big move up here, sold another portion at 178.41, and then sideways motion and a breakout. I got rid of the rest of the trade at 179.08. Whenever I have a big, huge kind of climax bar up, I always take advantage of that, sell into that strength, or get out of the entire position. So that was that trade. That was a good one. Okay, and another unorthodox trade on Apple. I had a higher low intra-bar rejection of the 50. That was the 50 SMA. That was my trigger on the trade. I bought at 178.82, had a nice big bar up, and sold at 179.57, had another big bar up at 180 even, then had a close below the previous day's low, got out of another half of whatever I had remaining, and then we got back here to break even. It had moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry and then back to entry point, and that is why I got out. So it was a good little trade on Apple. Love, which is Southwest Airlines. Here we go. We had a false breakout to the downside and a V1. I bought here at 40.16. I sold a portion at 40.24, sold another portion at 40.29. Then we had a close below the previous day's low, sold another portion with trailing stop at 40.23, moved up again, 40.33, and then we had a big bar up. And just like I mentioned, whenever I have a big kind of climactic bar up, I got rid of the rest, 40.56. So I got in at 40.16, out at 40.23, out at 40.24, out at 40.29, out at 40.33, and at 40.56. So that was a pretty sweet trade right there. And then last but not least, I did take a trade on IWM on the 25-minute. I don't take a lot of trades on the 25-minute bar, but we had an under 30, over 30. We had a V1 to the downside that reversed. That's my signal. Bought here at 215.92, and I sold all of it here at 216.44 because I was getting ready for the podcast and some other things. So got in at 215.92 and out at 216.44. So all the day trades were positive today. Happy about that and grateful for that. Okay. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're having a good evening in Ireland. Hope you and the family are all doing well. All right. Well, let's head on over to your trades and let's take a look. We have Lova buying an under 30, over 30 on micro strategies, bought at 597.27, moved up initially, bounced nicely. Down today though, 3.76%, and I don't know if this went under 30, over 30 again, but Bitcoin having a very weak day today. Let's see, 32. So no, it did not. So anyway, down on the day and actually down on the trade as well for Lova. IWM, Karen bought IWM with an under 30, over 30 here at 214.47. That's a deep dip buy. Moved up nicely. I know she took some profits on the way up. I know when it had a close below the previous day's low, she sold half. Right now, it is down 1.12%, but still up on the trade for Karen. IPG, great trade here by dynamic duo Tracy and Paxton. Double intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, bought at 33.18. It's 36.88. It is down just a smidge today, but on the trade up over 10%, 10.06%. So let's give Packy a hand there. That was a fantastic trade. INDA, oh man. All right, so Frank luckily had a half position here on INDA, under 30, over 30 at 47.23. Moved up, came back down, moved up, and then just crashed today. Although, you know what? I did not notice this, but I'm going to put this on the list as well. This is looks like a rejection of the 30 RSI and also a bounce near the 250-day moving average. So let me do a little math on this, and I will put this on the list for a possible end of day trade. All right, 18. Okay, there we go. But for Frank, unfortunately, this is down big. I'm hoping Frank will have some good news that he got out at the open or something like that. You know what? I think Amazon, if you can hold on, I'm really sorry. Let me take care of this because I need to take care of it. So give me 20, 30 seconds, okay? sorry about that. Thanks for holding, everybody. All right, so I need to put INDA down on the potential list today. All right, INDA. Boy, that's a bad one. That is a bad one for sure. Okay, but I did put it on as a potential new one. Tesla, Ava did buy a higher low V1 on Tesla on Friday and a rejection of the 50 SMA. She bought it at 1,017 even. It's 967.41. It's down 4.92%. So unfortunately down on the day and down on the trade for Ava. Speaking of Ava, nice trade here on Berkshire Hathaway. Intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought at 277.50. It's 290.65. It's up 0.86% today on the day, and Ava is up 4.57% on the trade. So wonderful trade there, Ava. DDM, Steve Burns bought DDM with the 1030 EMA crossover. Bought that at Friday at 78.46. It is currently 77.61. It's down 1.22% on the day and also down on the trade. Goldman Sachs. I think David's short with me on Goldman Sachs, so we'll take that one off. Boeing. Kamal bought Boeing. Nice trade here, under 30, over 30. It looks like at 194. It's 197.97. It is down 3.46% today, but Kamal is still up on the trade by 2.24%. So congratulations, Kamal. Glad to see that still hanging in there. Okay, this one's going to be a hot mess. Steve, Ava, and Frank went long. Oh, sorry about that. 38.76 with the 520 crossover back here on the 8th. 38.74, 38.76, right around there, is down 1.38% today and also down on the trade. ABT, Dynamic Duo. Another great offering by the Dynamic Duo here with the 520 crossover at 128.10. It's 135.95. It's up 1.15% on the day, and on the trade up 5.8%. So congratulations. And then lastly, we have ANET. Ava, nice trade here. 520 crossover, 125.50. It's 132.92. It's up 1.71% on the day, and on the trade up 5.62% today. So glad to see some positive trades on such a big down day as today. Frank says, it's okay. INDA price adjusted for a dividend. Oh, I see. All right. Well, that's good to know. Was it that much of a dividend, though? I don't see the dividend on here. But anyway, I'll take your word on it. That's good. So real quick, AGQ doing fine, up 1.4% today on the day. One profit target, still down on the trade. However, Dow Jones in trailing stop mode, still hovering above and holding above Friday's low. So if it holds above 357.61, I will keep. PayPal still down on the day, still positive. However, because I went under 30, over 30, and moved 1.5 ATRs from entry, if it comes back to entry today, I will get out for break even on the second half. Of course, SPY, overnight SPY trade, I will be buying that at the close, holding it overnight, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. And then our THC doing pretty well here. First profit target at 77.05, so I hope that can get there, but up nicely first day out the gate, up 1.32%. All right. Frank, I don't know if you have a poem for us today, but if you do, throw it on in there. I know I really wasn't supposed to be here today, so maybe you didn't write one. And if you didn't, that's totally fine. It's just so much part of the routine. I don't feel like I can move forward without it. And my data feed went down. Great. All right. It's been happening lately. Let me get this started on up again. Get a little drink of water while that's happening, if you don't mind. All right. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. And just waiting for the data to kick in. That's Friday's data, so it's going to take a minute. Yeah, there we go. Interesting for potential day trade here. We're getting close to the 30 RSI and the 200-day moving average and the negative 30 TR channel on the 5-minute. If I were trading right now, I would probably buy that as long as it holds at the 200-day moving average. I don't know if it will or not, but we shall see. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does as well. Paxton says, STLD intraday 200, good risk to reward. STLD. Yeah, I like it. False breakout to the downside, V1 intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average, and also in the value zone. So let me do a little math on this one, because I do like that. Really good eye on that, Paxton. Your chart reading skills are getting really, really good. And by the way, if people think you have to trade for years and years and years and years to get any type of feel for the market, Paxton and Tracy will prove you wrong. They were students of mine this year. They have not been trading very long at all. They worked really hard. They worked together as a team, which I really admire, that both of them, it's kind of their hobby and gives them something to have in common, but they hadn't traded ever in their life before. And now, I think Steve mentioned that they should start their own hedge fund because their positions are doing so well. And I agree. The funny part was that Tracy did not know what a hedge fund was. But I guess that's inside stock humor, right? But that is a really nice setup there with a good risk to reward. Doesn't mean it's going to go up, everyone, right? We know that. But let me put that on the watch list. And we'll save as, here we go. And let me switch back over there. Okay. Oh, Frank snuck it in. All right. Frank has a poem for us. So great. Thank you. My OCD thanks you, Frank. I didn't know what I was going to do without a poem. I didn't feel like I could move forward. Now I can. Everything's right in the world. All right, let's see what Frank has to say today. Too many are defeated before they begin. Take time, prepare, and plan for that win. Good trades start from what comes from within. Otherwise, you might as well cast your money to the wind. All right, so, that's a mic drop, as they are every day. I mean, it's so good, so relevant, so pertinent. Let's read it one more time. Too many are defeated before they begin. Take time, prepare, and plan for that win. Good trades start off from what comes from within. Otherwise, you might as well cast your money to the wind. What is Frank saying there? You have to have a plan, everyone. You have to have a plan, and more importantly, you have to follow it. Thank you, Frank. That is a wonderful poem. Wiener Dog says, thank you, Frank. I agree. Okay, everyone, listen, before we start looking at potential end-of-day trades, keeping in mind our requirements of good risk to reward ratios, at least 2 to 1, combination, confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, super important. Having all of your if-then statements involved in your trade. If it does this, I'm going to do that. If it does that, I'm going to do this. Before we do that, I like to, at kind of halftime intermission of the podcast, I do like to talk about trader psychology. It's so important, the ability to create a plan and follow it. This is from Pack Trader 777, not Paxton, but please follow Pack Trader. It's a great channel. I went through, look at the post. It's fantastic. At Pack Trader 777. And I read this, and I have had some experience with this, everyone. And, it is kind of apropos on a day like today when we're down. So let's read it. I'll read the thread. All long-term traders know we are all one bad trade away from blowing up. Blowing up means losing all your money. All long-term traders know we are just one bad trade away from blowing up. Everything, I mean everything I do in my life is meant to guard against it. I know too many traders worth 10, 20, 50 million go completely broke. Yeah, I've been there too, everyone, and you are just one bad trade away. So that's why I always talk about trying to stay in your little happy zone place, not letting your emotions get too revved up. Usually this happens when you're desperate, you're putting on too much size, and then there's some news goes against you. It goes down. You feel like, oh, can't go any lower. Oh, yeah, baby, it can go lower. Odds Trader here at Mr_C23H says, I don't care if you've been profitable for 1 year or 20 years. We are all one bad trade away from a fall from glory. I was ignorant. I thought I was better than everyone. I made fun of this and that style of trading that was different than mine. I hated on and was angry. And then Pax replies, it is ego, but so much more. We bring ourselves to the screens every day we trade. Our weaknesses are in the background doing push-ups while we take our eyes off of them. They will creep up. Trading demands a level of honesty most never get to. Trading demands a level of honesty most never get to, and a high degree of self-position. Just what's the takeaway? The takeaway is you need to always be diligent. You need to always follow that plan. Keep in mind, write it down, put it up on your screen. You are really only one trade away from disaster if you're not trading correctly, position sizing, adhering to your rules. So anyway, didn't want this to be a bummer, just wanted it to be kind of a precaution of what can happen to you. So I think this is good. I hope it was helpful for you. It was helpful for me. Please follow Pax Trader 777 and Odds Trader at Mr_C23H. But anyway, kind of an apropos post for today. Frank says, Facebook has a 520 crossover, under 200, over 200. Yes, it does, David. Thank you for that. That is on my watch list, so we will cover that. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. We really look forward to your poems every day. I agree. Frank says, thank you, Greg. Karen Paxton. Wishing, hey, that was THC. It's still funny. You know what I'm talking about. So I did hit the profit target there at 77.05. I can turn this dash dot, which is my favorite thing to do, up 1.66%. Not too bad. Okay, especially on a down day. Lova says TAP, higher low V1, washed out a lower blip 3 days ago. Support from the 50 SMA and 50 RSI weekly, recent higher low V1 in the value zone. All right. Let's take a look. You know, Frank, if any of us take this trade and we get out, we're going to have to say we tapped out, right? Okay, Molson Brewing Company. False breakout to the downside. V1, MACD is positive. Under 50, over 50. That is correct. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, hanging in there, kind of neutral. Yeah, I like it. 617,000 shares. If I remember correctly, let me go back and take a look at the bid-ask spread. Oh, yeah, I'm totally wrong. Only a 1 cent spread. I like it, Lava. So let me put it here on the list. Okay, where are we? Frank says the dividend info I'm getting is 2.88 regarding India. So it's $2.88 for the dividend. That's a big dividend. Let me take a snapshot and look at the... No, it's not. It's 1.47%. Okie dokie, Smokey. All right, let me check a couple more things here before. Okay. Well, let's get started and look at today's potentials. Adobe was looking for a 520 crossover, has not triggered yet, so that is not a legitimate trade at the moment. Facebook, 520 crossover and a close under, close over the 200-day moving average. Let us take a look at the back test. I know this back test well, but I do want to show you. So let's put in Facebook. And let's do the 520 EMA crossover. You can see that does back test well, 169.1. Not as much as buy and hold, but the drawdown's much less. And then let's also run off of the 200-day moving average. Simple. Nice return there. So 2 confluences of signals. That's pretty good. So I'm going to put Facebook here as a potential. Love has an under 30, over 30, not quite an back over the negative third ATR channel. Let's take a look at the weekly. Not really any support on the weekly as such. It's between the -2 and the negative third ATR channel. There is a double bottom with the bullish divergence here, meaning we had a low here. MACD momentum, which is a reading of a momentum, was very deep here. We rallied into green, and now we are lower with less MACD. So there is a double bottom, bullish divergence. The trigger would be an under 30, over 30, but it is down 3.03% today. So we will look at that. UNG, earlier it was over the 250, so we're going to get rid of that. Walmart, big day with the close under, close over the 200 on Friday, up 1.8% today, which is pretty good considering how much we are down today. But I would not buy this because it's too far extended away from the 200-day moving average, so I feel like that is chasey. Chewy has an under 30, over 30. That's about all that it has on the daily. Let's look at the weekly. Last week bounced at the negative third ATR channel. Looks like we have some resistance there of the negative third ATR channel above us. You know, it's up 6.65% today. That's a big up day. I don't think I'm going to chase 6.65 up. Cube is interesting. It is a higher low V2. Here is day 1, here is day 2, here is day 3. 2 washed out 1 by a quarter ATR. Day 3 closed above day 1's close. Went under 50, over 50. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has the support of the -1 ATR channel below, so that is also a potential. EXEL does have a nice higher low V1 and bullish engulfing bar with a retest of the -1 ATR channel. MACD is green. If we look over on the weekly, we are coming up to resistance at the 5 EMA, but nonetheless, that's still pretty good. BSX, I believe Paxton mentioned this here, was the 520 crossover, right, Pax? No, it was a close under, close back over the 250. That is right. And it is a higher low close back above the 250, which I like. If we look at the weekly, we're right up against that 50 SMA, which is a bit concerning to me. We had the death cross was when the 50 closes below the 200. I think I'm going to let that one go. It's making a new high on the day, but the all the resistance above is concerning me a little bit. INDA, big old gap down, under 30, over 30. I think, let's see. Let's see if this actually really went under. Yeah, it looks like it did. I think I'm going to pass. That's a big old drop. That concerns me, scares me, all the rest. STLD is the one that Paxton mentioned. And then what was the last one? TAP. TAP. Close 46.23 or 46.24. Yeah, that all looks pretty solid. So let me take a look here. Facebook, Love, CUBE, EXEL, STLD. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let TAP go. All right, so DIA still holding trailing stop level. PayPal still holding my entry point for a break even if it goes down there. THC doing really great. All right, let's try to narrow this down. Facebook has a 520 crossover. It's moved strongly from below back above. It's basically a V formation. I would rather see a retest. I like it, I do, and they're both legitimate signals, and it is up on a down day. Me personally on Facebook, I like this a lot. I'm not going to take the trade. I am going to wait for a retest of the 200, see if I can get a better risk to reward ratio. Love has an under 30, over 30, but that's all it has, and it has rejected the -3rd ATR channel, so I'm also going to let that one go. Cube, I like the sideways motion. I like the V1, so that one is still a potential. 1.2 million shares traded there, so that looks like it's going to be okay as far as volume. XEL, really nice higher low V1 MACD positive. Karen, if you're out there, this is what we were talking about in our lessons. We do have the 5 EMA above here at about 17 cents above. Not saying it can't just go right through that, but that concerns me. STLD, this looks pretty good. So my two favorites here for today, everyone, are going to be Cube and STLD. Okay. Apple making a new low on the day. I'm going to get rid of IWM. I'm going to get rid of that. I'll move this over here. And so for today, my two favorites are Cube and STLD. STLD. Dow Jones, we still hanging? Still hanging. PayPal, still hanging, still hanging. THC doing great. Let's see here. I like the sideways motion. I like the higher low V2. Weekly holding support. 1.25 million shares traded. And then STLD about the same. Let's look back over on the weekly. Bounce at the -1 ATR channel. Cube up 1.36% today. STLD, probably better risk to reward ratio on STLD. So I will be taking STLD today at the close of the market. My goodness. Look at Apple. Holy hamburgers, Batman. Yeah, so I am going to be buying STLD today. Steel Dynamics. I have to buy this in a couple accounts, so let's see. We'll get that taken care of. And then I'll wait on that. CLVT. Too high, really, for me, Paxton, on that one. I mean, if it closes over the 200, it still gives you a decent risk to reward, but it already rejected the high of this range. That concerns me. Lova says, Monster bought on the 30 RSI. Now it's riding the 30 on a downtrend slope. Call a safety or wait for the emergency stop to hit. Thoughts? Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, it's really down today. I'm going to leave that up to you, Lova. Not a lot of support there. Yeah, it's concerning. Bitcoin has been very, very volatile, but probably the correct answer would be, if your initial trade plan was to wait for your emergency stop, maybe you should wait for your emergency stop. That being said, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a general rule, following your initial plan could be the correct, but I don't like that it's rejecting or losing the -3rd ATR channel. I'd certainly like to have that underneath me. So, you know, nothing wrong with pulling a safety here, getting out, taking the loss. But just keep in mind that if it goes up tomorrow, you know, you might kick yourself. But it's definitely in a downtrend. Let's put it that way. Paxton wants to look at deck. Gosh darn it. There we go. Deck's not bad, but not a lot of volume, Paxton. Only 286,000 shares traded. I don't love that. If we look over at the weekly, we're holding support of the -1 ATR channel. So, I mean, it's good. It's good, and on multiple time frames, it looks pretty sweet as well. So yeah, I'd have to say, I mean, that's a good setup. Nice intraday rejection of the 200, and on the weekly, I think I like your STLD better risk reward ratio. I like that we washed out these previous lows as well. Okay. So for me today, STLD is my favorite setup here, with a false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 200-day moving average, and the V1. And it's green on a red day, which I also like. Glenn says, Lova, your rules should tell you what to do. I agree, Glenn. 100%. Nice to see you, Glenn, by the way. All right, so let me check real quick. DIA is now closing below. It is now below yesterday's low. So in that case, I am going to sell half of my position, but I've got to wait another 6 minutes before I do that. And STLD still holding 200. So more than likely, I'm going to be selling half of my DIA position, locking in profits. PayPal still holding entry. STLD 59.87, we're 59.97, so currently holding. Glenn is correct. I'm staying in MSTR. It's above the 30. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Lova says average volume on tap is 1.5 million. Does that affect your opinion? No, not really. I mean, it's plenty volume, but it has untriggered. It has untriggered the V1 though. Steve exited FCX at 37.69 because of it under yesterday's low for a 2.76% loss, and Steve is long Facebook at 337.17 after the 520 crossover. So Steve is long Facebook with the 520 crossover. Steve is also long IWB at 259.93 after the 530 SMA crossover signal. So Steve is out of FCX, he's long Facebook, and he's long IWB. And I'm waiting here on STLD STLD to see if it does. Right now it's right at the 200-day moving average, and my data feed went out again. Dang it. All right, well, hopefully I can get this back up and running. Hopefully. Not a good time for this to happen, but I think we'll be all right. All right, it is under the 200-day moving average now, in which case I will not buy this if it's under. Man. All right. Shoot. All right, well, my trading platform went down now as well, so that's not so hot tamale. Let me see if I have enough time to get this back. Shucks. All right, come on now. Looks like STLD is under at the moment, in which case I will not buy it. If I can get my platform to come back up. What do we have? We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. My level here is 59.87. We're 59.88, so we're right. We are right there. Photo finish and all that kind of stuff. $59.87. Dow Jones looks like it's closing below. I will sell half and lock in half of my Dow Jones position. And I hope I have enough time to do all this. Okay, so Dow Jones is gone. Now back over to STLD. What do we have? 30 seconds. It is under. I have this queued up if it closes above. If not, I'll just have to let it go. 59.87. We're 59.82. Looks like it's going to close below, so I'm not going to be buying anything today except for overnight SPY. All right, there we go. So I did not buy anything other than the overnight SPY trade because STLD lost the 200-day moving average in the last minute of the market. I did buy SPY today at 466.57. So the overnight SPY trade, 466.57. And that's it. And I did sell half of my position and locked in half profits on Dow with close below previous day's low after reaching trailing stop level. All right, so if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, go ahead, put it in the live stream chat. I'll get to them and we'll get them all taken care of in just a moment. Before we do that, I just want to go over a couple pieces of business and just remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm a good teacher. And the course I teach is great. I promise you. I teach you step by step how to trade all the 5 different approaches that I've been using for the last 25 years. I teach you step by step how to do it. It's going to make you a better trader. It's a great course. I've had students from all over the world, and I've really watched a lot of them just grow and blossom into great traders, like the dynamic duo that I mentioned earlier. The price of the course is $1,750. I know it sounds like a lot of money, but it is worth every penny. You're going to learn a skill that you can use the rest of your life. So if you are interested in potentially starting the process on this, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the link of this YouTube video. In the email, just say, hey, Greg, potentially interested in taking your course. I will reply and say, great, let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. It is not a sales call. I can assure you that. I just want to learn more about you, your trading challenges, your trading goals, and then it's a great time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course and the format. And then when we're done with the Skype call, think about it as long as you want. It's on you. I won't contact you. If you wake up one morning and say, okay, today's the day, all you have to do is send me an email and say, Greg, I'm ready to go. We'll schedule it and away we'll go. Secondly, I do have a really great course, online video course at udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. It's a strategy that I use all the time. It's one of my favorites. In that course, I teach you step by step how to trade that strategy, and it's a great strategy. The course, it has a lot of content, 9.5 hours of video, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. And the best part, on udemy.com, it's only about $12 or $15. So the link to the course is in the description of this YouTube video. If you're just starting out trading and you have 12 or 15 bucks, this is where you should start. I promise you, you're going to learn some really, really great things. And again, the link's in the description. Then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel. It helps keep the channel around. It lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you did find something helpful today or last week, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button before you check on out of here and get on with your day, that would be really, really great, and I would sincerely appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Steve Burns out of FCX. Okay, and I better leave Frank and Ava because I don't know. Steve is long. Facebook. At good relative strength today on Facebook for sure. down or up on a green day. Facebook, where'd we go, Steve? 337.17 for Steve. Okay, and that is going to be Steve with the 520 EMA cross. Okay, and the close back above the 200. Way to go, Steve. I like it. IWM. All right, here we go. And IWM, Steve is long 250. What? Oh, no, IWB. Excuse me. All right. So Steve is long IWB at 259. $259.93. 259.93. Okay, and that is with the 530 EMA crossover. So that's Steve with the 530 EMA. Is that correct? Yes. Glenn says, feel the gap at 46.10. Needs filling this week. Okay, so I assume insinuation there is that we will go lower. Steve Burns says stopped out of DDM and SSO. Okay, I didn't have you in SSO, Steve, but I will take you out of DDM as well, which is the Dow. Whitney Cook, VASKTECH. I don't know what that is. I'll try putting in that symbol, and I cannot put in that symbol, but thank you for coming, Whitney. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, I can't pull that up. Frank is out of FCX at the close. Okay, got you out of there, Frank. David is out of DIA. Out of everything. Okay, sounds good. Glenn says, Steve Burns, I would like IWB above resistance 261.34 to go long. Needs to stay above pivot at 257.64. Wiener Dog is out of PayPal. Order placement error. It happens. All right, so we'll take Karen out of there. In Facebook, and out of half DIA. Way to follow your rules, Karen. Proud of you. Sold 1/2. Okay. Paxton is also out of half of DIA. Oh, that's Lava. That's the dynamic duo there. That's not what I wanted. Sold half, locked in. All right, now it's getting ridiculous. All right, I don't know what the problem is with that. Let me try that one more time. There we go. You know I'm scared, right? That my charts are going to freeze. Love is out of half. Okay, that's what I thought. Sold 1/2. And in Cube. Alrighty. Cube looked pretty good. All right. All right, Lova. Paxton says, I accidentally bought STLD. Well, hopefully it's a happy accident. So we'll put you in there, bud. Got in a little early, I imagine, right? All right. Everyone wishes you luck. The STLD goes up tomorrow, Packy. Oh, what am I doing? All right. Dynamic duo. Strikes again. Jonathan, no trades. Okay. And the only trade I had today was SPY at 466.57. Let's see what's going on in after hour world. Apple's down 4 cents. Silver is unchanged. DIA is up a couple pennies. Had a nice trade today on Merck. Merck was on a weekly, but that was up over 1%, so grateful for that. PayPal unchanged. What about SPY? Down a couple pennies. THC unchanged. Had a big day today up on with TLT. That's my bond position. That's on the monthly. I will be exiting that at the end of the month, but it was up 1.48%. Twitter down 20 cents. That's a weekly trade. VIXI is down 11 cents. And that's that. 59.84. All right, Packy. I was close. 59.84. Hey, I was mentioning in trader psychology there about just one big loss away from, or one trade away from blowing up your account. It's true, everyone. If you position size correctly and follow your rules, you're never going to have to worry about that. But if you get an ego and you start battling the market, that's when that kind of stuff happens. It happened to me in my 20s. I've told you about it many, many times, but it was life-changing. And it was tough. So that's why I wanted to read that today. But just, maybe put a Post-it note up on there and say, hey, you're one trade away from blowing up your account. It's true, everyone. And ego's the killer. Ego is what gets in the way. So please keep that in mind. As far as the rest of the week, I think it's likely that I'm going to be here. Like I mentioned, my travel plans got a little mixed up. I was planning on leaving. So I think I will be here for the week, but it is kind of day to day. So I will post in Twitter and Facebook and YouTube if I do end up leaving earlier than I thought. But I appreciate you being here today, everyone. I really do. Before I let you go, I do like to read this every day. This is from Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Something I try to do every day, some days better than others. But listen, could the world be in a better place? It certainly could. And I think that doing one nice thing for another human being today could make a difference, even the slightest difference. You never know what kind of effect it could have. If you could also go out and try to do one nice thing for an animal today, that would help the world out as well. I grew up with a lot of animals. I know for a fact they like acts of kindness just like us humans do. So why not cover all our bases? Try to do one nice thing for another human being today, one nice thing for an animal today. Be best if you could do both. It doesn't have to cost money. Just give a smile, a wave, be pleasant, hold the door open, scratch your dog's head, give them a little treat, a little pat on the butt. You know what I mean? Take them on a walk. Speaking of, I think I'm going to go on a walk today. A little snowy and cold up here in Utah, but I haven't been out much recently. I've been a little under the weather. And so gonna make that a goal today. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. Good, right? Doesn't hurt. Paxton says, thanks everyone. Send all your prayers to Tracy. Have a great rest of your day. Yep. Let's all think about Tracy's mother who's in the hospital. Maybe we could send her some good thoughts, a little prayer today, and hopefully will have a positive effect. But thanks for letting us know. Please give my best to Tracy Paxton when you talk to her, okay? All right. If anyone has any other comments or questions, anything I can answer, please let me know. Happy to do so. Grateful for those day trades today. Really grateful for those. I really do like to mix up my trading. I like monthly trades. I like weekly trades. I like daily trades, of course. And I also like to have intraday trades. So I cover all different time frames and try to get that midpoint of the move. So, all right. Well, I think that's it, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a good rest of your day. If you don't mind, if you could remember to hit the thumbs up button on the way out, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, be good, be safe, drive safe, and we hopefully will see you tomorrow. Lova says, do you follow the impulse rule? Are you talking about the impulse rule with Dr. Elder, Lova? Wiener Dog says, thinking of Tracy, her mom, and family. I agree. Lova says, Dr. Elder's no buying red. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. No, I don't. Not religiously, Lova. But then again, I key off different levels and triggers than Dr. Elder does. You know, sometimes it's definitely going to save you money. I have found that sometimes it's going to cost you money. I mean, almost any under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200, you're going to have a red bar, right? Consider that. That means the trend is down. That means the most current MACD bar is below the previous. So if you use that approach, you would not have any deep dip buys whatsoever. What I have found is that when the bars turn blue on the daily and the weekly is generally when you have a higher low type of trade, which is why I love higher lows. Jonathan says, thank you. Michael says, thanks, Greg. Prayers for Tracy's mom. I agree. Let's keep her in our thoughts today. All right. Well, glad to be back. Thanks for coming. And on the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. So take care, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.